Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and MSI so far, like we've said in a lot of these other videos, has been pretty controversial. It's been kind of interesting. There's been some fun games, some fun matchups, but overall it's been kind of boring and it's been filled with drama and controversy. I do think that the best days and the best games and the best matchups of MSI are ahead of us, but it has led to a lot of people criticizing the tournament, criticizing Riot, and just kind of overall acknowledging the flaws and how imperfect MSI is, which is fine, but when something's imperfect, you should always strive to make it better. That's what we're going to be doing in this video today. But first, a word from today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy. Prize Picks is an awesome website and app that you can get today in the Apple App Store or in the Google Play Store. It's daily fantasy made easy. Like I said, pick your favorite stars, choose your over-under, and watch your players win. They do esports. They do League of Legends esports, LCS, LEC, they did EU Masters, and of course they're doing MSI, which is going on right now. Like all the games, there's at least a couple players you can choose from, like top laners, 80 carries, mid laners. You choose over or under how many kills they're going to get. Like the website picks a number, you just pick over or under. And for supports, it's assists. So you get to pick props for your favorite players and try to win prizes. It just makes watching MSI, which we're already all doing, a little bit more interesting. If you guys want to make some of your own picks today, definitely check out the first link in the description below, and Prize Picks is actually going to match your first deposit up to $100 for new users, which is an awesome deal. So thank you so much for Prize Picks for supporting me, my channel, and my content. Hopefully you guys check them out and support them. With that being said, let's get right into today's video. So in today's video today, I wanted to talk a little bit about why I and many other people think the MSI format kind of sucks, it's kind of outdated, and we need to make some changes. So I do know that over the past couple of days, I can't confirm this because I don't know what the numbers have been previously, but there are some people saying that, hey, MSI viewership is down a little bit this year. Now, it could just be down in the Western audience because obviously MSI is at a really, really terrible time, like even a more so terrible time for the West this year than other years, but it's been at a pretty terrible time the last couple of years, so I don't think that matters too much. And we actually have NA against EU, which theoretically should be some of the best viewership for North America, but at the same time, Evil Geniuses isn't the biggest North American team. It's actually it's probably the smallest of the 5 major North American teams, so that could definitely be contributing to viewership in the West as well, because when people are saying viewership is down, they're talking about Twitch, which is going to be mostly Western and English-speaking audiences. So I don't want to read into that too much, but even if you think viewership is flat or maybe it's even up in the East, I don't really know what it's looking like in China and Korea and stuff like that. Either way, I still think you could argue that the tournament format has been kind of boring. It's been kind of lackluster. It's been kind of interesting, considering we only have 2 international tournaments every year, and at this tournament, you really only get to see, you do only get to see one single team from each region, which already kind of sucks in a lot of different ways. This isn't even the patch that all these teams qualified on. Who knows if they're even the best team from those regions right now, and it just sucks that only one team from all these different regions is getting international experience. But say you did want to just take the best team from every single region, it makes Spring Split worth a little something. It makes winning Spring Split actually matter to an extent, at least a little bit, even though there's a lot of evidence that says, going to MSI ends up probably being a net negative in a lot of ways for most teams. This tournament has just been kind of weird. I mean, the format that we're in right now kind of sucks. It's kind of boring. Think back to stage 1 of this tournament. How many games were you actually hyped up for? How many games were you actually excited for? Maybe the first G2 versus EG game, maybe even the second G2 versus EG game. You weren't really that hyped up for the third or fourth. Were you hyped up for what? T1 against Saigon Buffalo against PSG Talon? I don't know. There wasn't a lot of cool and exciting matchups, and it really showed the gap between the top 3 teams, the top 3 regions in the world, and everybody else. We didn't really get to see many minor regions matching up against each other. We didn't really get to see, who's the best of the best of the minor regions and who's the best of the major regions. We just got to see major regions stomp on lower regions, and that's pretty much what happened every single game. There was really no major upsets. Obviously, Red Canids beat PSG Talon. I don't even know if that's who they beat. I know Red Canids pulled off an upset, and that was like the only upset of stage 1. So overall, that was pretty boring. But people have been posting some ways that they would fix a tournament, and some of these I actually think are pretty interesting. Here is the first one. This one was on Twitter. Somebody tweeted this at me. I think there's like a German guy who tweeted this out, so I couldn't really read it or understand it, but they made a little graphic here. And their idea is this, that the pool 2 teams, Europe, Vietnam, North America, and the PCS would play against each other in matches. I don't know if these are, okay, these are best of fives, I guess. Play each other in a best of fives. The winners then play each other, and the losers play each other. The winners advance to the Rumble stage, and that's down here. And then the losers, the winner of this match advances, and the loser of this match goes here, and whoever wins advances to the winners to the Rumble stage also. Then the losers of match 4 and match 5 go to the the winner go home stage, go big or go home stage, and that is made up of the TCL, CIS, CBLOL, LLA, LJL, and LCO. And in this, they do a single round robin best of 1, top 4 advance to down here, where then you throw in the match 4 loser and the match 5 loser as well, and you do this whole best of 3, best of 5, whatever you want to call this little tournament, and that ends up deciding who else is going on to the Rumble stage. Overall, I think this is a much more interesting and cool format. Getting to see best of 5s against EU and Vietnam, that would be a ton of fun. That'd be better than best of 1s. Getting to see a best 5 against NA and the PCS, that'd be cool. The winners playing the winners, losers playing the losers. These would all be really, really cool best of 5s. Now, I do think this format maybe is a little bit lackluster because you're leaving the LPL and LCK out of so much of this. Like, you have so many matches being played here, so many matches being played here before the LPL and LCK have even got to do anything. So I definitely don't think this format is perfect. But why I do like this format is how they change the Rumble stage. The Rumble stage down here, you end up getting, the teams that make it through this whole beginning stage. However you want to do this, you get to the same Rumble stage we have now with 6 teams, the top 6 teams in the world, hopefully at that time. And instead of doing a single or a double round robin best of 1s, they're doing a single round robin best of 3s, which I think is really, really cool. I think that's an awesome idea. And I wish the Rumble stage right now was a single round robin best of 3s, because if you compare a double round robin best of 1s and a single round robin best of 3s, the single round robin best of 3s doesn't even have that many more games. It could only have potentially, I don't know, not that many more games, because some of the series would still end up going 2 games. So it wouldn't have that many more games potentially. You definitely would have some more games. So you could argue it wouldn't even work out logistically or whatever, but say you could make it work. It potentially wouldn't have that many more games, but a best of 3 is like infinitely better than 2 best of 1s on totally different days. In a best of 3, you can make adjustments, you can alter your drafts, you can actually come up with game plans for a whole series, and you actually get to practice more of series and matches rather than just games, which so many people are asking for, and it's just overall a better competitive experience, a better viewing experience, and a better tournament experience. So I thought they had some interesting ideas up here. I think this gets a little crazy and a little chaotic, but I really love what they did with the Rumble stage. And then, doing the single round robin best of 3s, you end up having the same top 4, and then best of 5, and just a single elimination bracket like before. On Reddit, we then had another kind of solution, which I also like better than the current format. The old one, the one we just looked at, I think it's better than the current format. I don't love it all. I don't think it's perfect. I think you could take some of what we're using right now and some of that last post and probably come up with a pretty good kind of like morph between the two. But this I actually thought was really, really interesting. This is on the front page of Reddit right now. Mark and Jazzy apparently asked for a better format without changing the broadcasting block, which is 6 games per day and the amount of days. So actually like a realistic solution. And what they came up was this, a first stage of 3 groups of 4 is what we have right now. And their suggestion is to change the groups to 2 groups of 6 teams playing a single round robin. The top 2 teams go to the upper bracket. The 3rd and 4th go to the lower bracket, and the bottom 2 would get eliminated from each group. This would be 5 days of broadcast, with the 1st to 3rd days being 1 game per team, and the 4th and 5th days being group specific with 2 games per team plus tiebreakers. Here's an example of how it would go this year. You'd have the first group of RNG, EG, PSG Talon, A's, Detonation Focus Me in order, and the second group of T1, G2, Saigon Buffalo, Istanbul, and Red Canids. The great thing about this format is for slow starters, yada yada yada. After the group stage, we would start directly on the lower on the bracket, with the lower bracket games always crossing the team. So 3rd from Group A versus 4th of Group B. The lower bracket games being best of 3. We have 2 series broadcasts per day, and they would only need 3 days to eliminate 2 teams per day. This would, what we'd probably see from this is we would have PSG against Red, and then Saigon Buffalo against Detonation Focus Me. Guess what? We'd probably start the lower bracket with best of 3 of probably the best games that we had this group stage, and that I absolutely agree with. Yes, watching a best of 3 between PSG and Red and Saigon Buffalo against Detonation Focus Me would be better than what we had up until this point in the tournament. And for this bracket, you need 2 days of upper semis, 1 day for lower quarters, 1 day for upper finals, 1 day for lower semis, 1 day for upper finals, and 1 day for lower finals. Could be best of 5, and now finally 1 day for grand finals, totaling 8 days versus the 9 days of the format now. So they're actually saying their format could potentially be lower. So pretty much you have this group stage of 12 teams or whatever, splitting up into 2 groups of 6, and then you have a double elimination bracket, which I think is very, very interesting and would be so much cooler, because right now you get a bunch of shitty best of 1s, and then you have 3 best of 5s. You have the semifinals and finals would end up just being 3 best of 5. So we play this whole international tournament, weeks and weeks and weeks, all this traveling out here to play 3 best of 5s and so many dog shit meaningless best of 1s. But in this format, you would play more best of 1s that matter, less terrible best of 1s, and then you'd actually have a double elimination bracket, which I'm not even the biggest fan of double elimination brackets, but I think at this point, with so few international competition and international events in competitive League of Legends, I think double elimination is absolutely necessary, because we just need more matchups. We need more best of 5s. We need the best teams in the world playing against each other more often, giving us more and exciting, better series. Not only just to have more fun games to watch, better viewership, more matches, all that stuff, but to create more storylines, to have more rivalries, to have more teams actually getting to play games, because EG, they could potentially, play their best of 1s, and then get matched up against T1 in the semifinals, get 3-0'd and go home. Like, that would suck. Overall, that's not that great of an experience for them, and it's not a great viewing experience. And again, more and more people are coming out being critical of the MSI format. So many people have been critical of the Worlds format in the past, saying that needs to go to double elimination. But overall, at least Worlds is still fun. At least it's still exciting. That group stage with best of 1s gets really, really crazy. And then the quarterfinals of Worlds ends up usually being pretty fun as well. But MSI right now, the format just sucks. Too many meaningless games, too many best of 1s, not enough best of 5s, not enough interesting and hype moments, series, excitement, no rivalry building, nothing like that going on. And then you throw in all the drama, controversy, ping, remote play, all this other stuff. This MSI has been kind of a disaster, and I really hope they at least look into making some kind of changes into the future. If you want to keep the event the same because XYZ needs to be done this way or should be done this way, or you like it this way, that's fine. But we could at least try some of these changes, try mixing up something, because there's no reason that stage 1 and even the Rumble stage coming up, is going to be way better than stage 1, but there's no reason stage 1 needs to be so boring. There's no reason we can't have more best of 5. There's no reason we should have this many meaningless best of 1s, but who knows? Hopefully Riot decides to do something about this. Pretty much it for this video today, guys. I'm going to drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the MSI format, or any ideas you have to make the format better, or maybe you like the current format. I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out Prize Picks, first link in the description below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.